The current societal operating system is running on a fatal bug. We are trapped in what I define as linear information capitalism. In this system, the linear accumulation of digital information is actively causing severe cognitive pollution. It is rapidly and irreversibly depleting the absolutely finite resource of human attention.
Wait, a fatal bug? I mean, I am here to defend the democratized efficiency, the unprecedented speed, and, well, the synthetic power of our current AI-driven digital accumulation ecosystem.
The central mechanism of our time is a debate over the survival of the human journalist. The consensus views them as obsolete relics, entirely replaceable by the ultimate efficiency of artificial intelligence. Today, I will prove that circular information capitalism is the only functional reality. This is a paradigm where human reporters pay the physical costs required to extract pure truth, and where the system directly funds that physical extraction. Journalists are the only physical anchors capable of extracting virgin resources to save a suffocating system.
But look, the human journalist is not an anchor. They are a bottleneck. I will show that society no longer needs the slow, dangerous manual labor of traditional journalism. Not when AI can instantly provide comprehensive overviews without the friction of physical barriers.
The diagnosis of linear information capitalism is absolute. It is a system that extracts primary human data, processes it through immense compute, and dumps it into the digital ecosystem as synthesized noise, all without reinvesting in the primary extraction layer. AI is merely cheap external energy.
But you are completely ignoring the economic reality of the modern world.
It is deployed to mass produce and subsequently discard low-quality information to harvest short-term page views. AI operates with zero physical costs. It requires only electricity and server farms. It assumes zero risk. It does not travel to war zones.
Well, we have transcended the need for someone to physically travel to a location. We have global satellite imagery, real-time data feeds, and, neural networks capable of analyzing it all instantly.
It does not infiltrate corrupt organizations. It does not face physical intimidation or legal liability. Human journalists pay the necessary physical pain and physical risk required to refine actual truth. In a system overloaded with generated noise, the physical cost paid to extract reality is the only metric of value.
Look, the digital landscape we have built is a triumph of accessibility precisely because it removes that physical friction. The internet provides unparalleled abundance. For the first time in human history, we have an endless, free stream of accessible information that nourishes the global public. We are no longer restricted by the paywalls of legacy media or the gatekeeping of elite editorial boards.
The internet is a 24-hour, all-you-can-eat buffet where the entrance is free, but 99% of the dishes are exquisite cardboard that looks exactly like steak.
Cardboard? That completely misrepresents the underlying technology.
It smells like meat only because of AI synthetic seasoning. It provides absolutely no nutritional truth to the consumer. It simply causes severe cognitive indigestion. AI is a magical seasoning applied to dead matter. It optimizes for plausible syntax, not verifiable truth.
The neural networks are synthesizing human knowledge.
The economic incentive of the current ecosystem is entirely based on engagement metrics, meaning the system mathematically favors the rapid generation of plausible fictions over the slow extraction of difficult facts. The reporter is the farmer, who guarantees authenticity. When a physical journalist uncovers a story, they effectively say, "My meat is real. I actually smacked the cow's snout and brought it here."
Okay, but
only this literal, physical interaction with reality provides the nourishment necessary for a functioning society. The illusion of abundance you celebrate is merely the mass proliferation of exquisitely seasoned cardboard. It drives local newsrooms into bankruptcy, replacing the physical extraction of truth with content farms that algorithmically rewrite the same 5 verifiable facts into 10,000 variations of noise.
wait, hold on. There is a fundamental logical flaw in your argument regarding this cardboard. AI doesn't just invent things out of thin air. You're talking as if these models are operating in a vacuum. They train on the primary information originally written by human reporters. The truth, the facts, the verified realities. They are all absorbed into the neural network's high-dimensional vector space.
Digital uploads instantly lose physical mass. They become dead data.
No, the truth is inherited perfectly. The AI takes that high-quality primary reporting, maps the semantic relationships, and simply scales it. It makes it accessible to everyone in any language they need. The integrity of the original truth remains perfectly intact within the system. You just admitted yourself that the facts exist inside the AI's training data.
The moment a journalist's physical extraction of truth is uploaded into the network, it is stripped of its reality. That extraction contains the temperature of the room, the micro-expressions of the source, the physical weight of a hidden document. Once uploaded, it becomes a sterile sequence of ones and zeros. AI processing these old articles is the equivalent of chewing someone else's discarded gum.
It isn't discarded gum, it is semantic mapping.
It chews the used gum, adds artificial sweeteners, and proudly proclaims to the world, "Look, I have gum too."
It is taking isolated data points and connecting them.
It completely lacks taste. It lacks freshness, surprise, and truthfulness. What AI outputs is merely melted, recycled plastic. It looks perfectly smooth on the surface because the statistical probability of the language model irons out the jagged edges of reality, but it contains zero new energy. It is a parasitic structure reliant entirely on the virgin resources extracted by physical journalists.
So you're just writing off the entire synthesis process?
The vector space you champion is a closed loop of historical data. When the economic model fails to fund the physical risk of sending a human being into reality, the journalists stop extracting. The AI simply recycles the used gum until the system degrades into pure hallucination.
But you are completely ignoring the undeniable utility of AI's perfect recall. Even if we grant that AI is recycling existing data, which I don't, you are vastly underestimating the societal value of that archival function. A human journalist forgets. A human journalist makes errors.
Irrelevant to the extraction of primary truth.
It is completely relevant. A human journalist retires or dies, and their localized knowledge disappears with them. AI has absorbed the function of the reporter as a guardian of facts because it serves as an infallible archival storage system. If I want to know exactly what happened 5 years ago during a specific legislative session, AI can instantly output a 5-year-old headline, verbatim, along with every single contextual fact surrounding it, and never forgets.
Praising AI for this function is exactly like praising a man who perfectly remembers the size and price of a tuna sold at Tsujiji Market 5 years ago, and declaring to him, "You are the best fisherman."
Without that spec sheet, you have no baseline to understand the market today.
We do not need a spec sheet of a tuna from 5 years ago. Society requires fresh, fatty tuna caught this morning. What you describe as mere digital grave digging.
It is not grave digging, it is foundational knowledge retrieval.
It is archival indexing. That is a fundamentally different physical phenomenon than journalism. You are conflating a database query with epistemological discovery. Furthermore, AI lacks the physical cost of responsibility. When a human reporter publishes a falsehood, they face social ruin, lawsuits, loss of livelihood, and institutional collapse.
Which happens all the time, by the way.
This physical cost acts as the ultimate filter for truth. The friction of liability forces verification. When an AI agent hallucinates a false headline or invents a legal precedent, it outputs a sterile error message. It pays no physical cost. A system that cannot pay the physical cost of failure cannot be trusted as a guardian of reality.
Okay, but those digital graves, as you call them, are full of critically important historical anomalies. Think about unresolved mysteries, classified government leaks from decades ago, or complex geopolitical events whose full truth are only understood in hindsight.
Dead data.
No, these digital specimens are actively valuable records. We need AI to perfectly articulate and maintain these specimens for public scrutiny. They aren't dead data. They are living historical records that AI allows us to continuously cross-reference, analyze, and debate. By maintaining this vast, synthesized archive, AI keeps these historical anomalies alive in the public consciousness.
Having AI recite facts about historical anomalies is mathematically equivalent to placing a speaker inside an Egyptian king's mummy. The speaker plays a continuous looped recording saying, "I was once great." It is a dead reenactment. AI simply outputs the statistical consensus of the archive.
A human reporter doesn't have the capacity to continuously analyze 40 years of declassified documents simultaneously. AI accelerates that fermentation by connecting disparate data points.
By definition, a large language model predicts the most probable next token based on its training data. It cannot, by its very architecture, investigate an anomaly. The true physical reporter is the entity who brings a scanner to the specimen, physically disrupts the established narrative, and asks the physical question, "Hey, isn't the inside of this mummy actually a different person?"
But AI points them to the mummy in the first place.
Information either rots or ferments. Rotted information is yesterday's stock prices. Fermented information involves anomalies that require a physical catalyst to yield new truth. AI can read the plaque in front of the mummy infinitely, but it will never physically unwrap the bandages to discover a new truth. When you rely on a statistical average of reality, you inherently delete the outliers. And the outliers are where new truth is extracted.
You are entirely dismissing the speed and reality of real-time citizen updates. This isn't about mummies or 50-year-old archives. It's about what is happening on the street right now. We have crowdsourced information. The digital ecosystem isn't just LLMs reading old news, it's millions of smartphones acting as immediate sensors.
The speed of crowdsourced data is an illusion that actively accelerates cognitive pollution.
If a building collapses or a protest breaks out, someone on the street uploads a video or photo instantly. AI instantly aggregates thousands of these data points from social media to give us a real-time 360-degree view of the event. A traditional reporter can't even get to the location before the AI has already synthesized the reality of the situation from the crowd.
Your real-time updates are nothing more than an out-of-focus photo of ramen uploaded by someone waiting in line. It is accompanied by meaningless captions like, "just served" and "so much steam."
That is undeniably physical truth, delivered at the speed of light. It bypasses the bottleneck of the traditional newsroom entirely. A video of a building collapsing is an objective, physical reality captured on a lens. It's not a silicone fabrication.
AI instantly absorbs millions of these entirely useless, unverified data points to manufacture the world's most perfect silicone ramen specimen. It presents this mathematically averaged plastic model to the global audience and coldly states, "This is the latest ramen."
You're calling real-time video a plastic model?
It is an absolute fabrication. The angle of the video, the preceding events edited out, the manipulated timestamps. The AI processes the noise as fact. It remains entirely fake. It lacks the physical truth, the heat, and the actual taste of the soup. Relying on AI to synthesize crowdsourced noise only generates a flawless simulation of reality that contains no actual truth.
I mean, come on.
It divides the world into a physical layer where truth requires immense physical cost, and a digital layer that is a frictionless, costless wasteland of secondary scrap data.
Please, you have to look at the catastrophic consequences of your logic. Even if AI has flaws, even if it sometimes produces like silicone ramen or hallucinates, completely rejecting our vast digital network and AI synthesis would plunge us back into the dark ages of information scarcity.
The current digital space is a completely sealed spaceship.
No, listen, you cannot just discard the accumulated knowledge of the entire human race and the tools we use to navigate it just because you demand physical extraction. We need a middle ground. We need to value digital accumulation alongside human reporting. The synthesis provided by AI is the only way everyday people can navigate the modern world's complexity. We cannot survive without the digital ecosystem we've built. We need both the human and the machine.
Artificial oxygen smelling of strawberries. The crew breathes this hallucination, completely unaware that the actual oxygen content is steadily degrading with every cycle. The human reporter is the daredevil worker in a physical spacesuit who goes outside the ship into the freezing, lethal vacuum of reality to retrieve a brand new primary oxygen tank. Without these daredevil workers taking on massive physical risk to retrieve actual physical truth, the existing system will inevitably collapse into heat death from its own recycled cognitive pollution. Abandoning the fatal illusion of AI-generated reality and transitioning fully to circular information capitalism, where we explicitly fund the physical extraction of truth, is the sole rational investment for survival.